Alexa, turn on craft light.
Okay. Oh, that is running low. Fortunately, it's really easy to make. Oh, yummy, yummy. Delicious. Woohoo! Careful, Sam. Good boy. Okay. Stuff. This guy is dry. How's it going, Carla? And that should be locked in place. Couple chips and dings in the skull that I don't like. It's one of the problems with using this type, but oh well, still serviceable. That's good. It's good that you are better. Things are seldom perfect across the length and breadth of the land. 4-day weekend, damn. You know, shouldn't say too much. I'm reaching the end of my 2-month weekend. Okay. That's in position. I'm not doing too bad. I'm very curious to see if the stream gets any hiccups tonight like it did last night. I just gave the computer a reboot before I started streaming, and I picked up a copy of XSplit because in theory with that I should also be able to broadcast to Facebook as well, and I would really like to be able to broadcast to YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all at once. And theoretically, with XSplit, I should be able to do just that. And tonight, I kind of want to see how this little tube project of mine comes out. We'll see if we like it. I gotta fill it up with some water, throw the light in there, cap it, seal it. It's one of those things I gotta do to get this going. I want to expand the audience, as it were. And I can do that best by expanding and being on multiple broadcast medias. We got some hot glue stuck to the threading of the cap, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm definitely liking the skulls. They are top notch. Now, I'm wondering if with the hot glue on the bottom there, I just made that way too set in place. That will be not so good. I mean, I can always just hot glue around it, lock this in place, so that won't be too bad. And then we'll just drop stuff on there and see how the overall project looks. Probably E6000, a good solid. In fact, I could take a wire piece, go all around, up and back, holding on. I just want to make sure that it holds and doesn't want to twist side to side so much. That's my main concern with this project. But, alright. So, let's get going on that. And this is set for lighting. Okay. Alright. I'm going to go clean out the inside of this. I think I'm just going to use tap water, so I don't see it getting that bad. I should probably clean off the outside so I know how good or bad it looks. Let's do a damp paper towel. Do I have that little scrubby brush? Yes, it's right over there. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Scrubby brush first. Yep. Wytchwood and skulls combine exceedingly well, in my opinion. Let's get this excess mache paste cleared out. Filaments didn't do so great on that. I think the Q-tip will do better on this. How about that? That's sliding all over the place. That's not good at all. Some ain't the cat. Yeah, I'm glad that I've got that camera off the fridge. I think being up there is a terrible location for seeing what's going on with the projects and the crafting. So, glad it's back where it's supposed to be. I really only have the introduction left to film for the Witch Orb video. I gotta get my button gear and get that done. I've been dragging Keister on it for a couple of days now. But be on it soon enough. Okay, this is about set. This project is absorbing water a lot more readily than others. Yeah, I gotta get that up and posted for folks. Maybe I will take tomorrow night, hold off streaming, and just do video editing all evening. Get that going. Sam, you've been quiet for 4 hours or more, and then as soon as I come in the kitchen, it's meow, 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 meow. What the hell, cat? What the hell? How's it going, Sergeant? I also got to start learning how to use XSplit, because if I get that going, chances are the whole format of this will see some modifications. Don't like how that is all loose. That's like not even. Maybe it's just because it's. Yeah, I'm just going to tear it off. There we go. Yeah. Well, you know, he's, again, the last couple hours, he's been sitting around the house and da-da-da. Nothing. Not a peep out of him. The minute I go into the kitchen, meow, meow, a little fur ball. Why is it only now? We are all needy. Okay, so the inside of this thing's got to get a little rinse to get the extra mache stuff out. Then it's going to need a very, very tiny amount of... Oh, he hears me talking around before. I was cursing earlier that I couldn't find the mouse. My computer mouse got knocked into the nether regions of nobody knows where. And I was fuming trying to find it. I was very chatty then, too. Not a peep out of him at that point. Okay. So let's get this filled. It fell down next to the bed. I was looking right at it at one point. I just couldn't make it out from all the background crud that was down there. I think I added way too much hot glue into this cap. Don't think I'm going to be able to get it out and form as good of a seal as I wanted to. also really don't want to cut my fingers on this thing. It's all fun and games until somebody slashes open their soul. Meow! Don't you meow me, mister. You could have been meowing for hours earlier, but no. It was all quiet, quiet, quiet. Really just want to try to get some glue out of here and see if I can make a better seal. Because the cap is going on wonky screwy. There's another one. Oh, God. Yeah, all my pencils in school, fortunately, are 2 locations. But the mouse was ticking me off because, again, that's in one of 2 spots. Always. It's either on the bed or next to the bed. That's where the mouse is. If I am streaming, it's in my sweatpants pocket. That's it. If it's not in those places, then it was eaten by the void beasts. If you got void beasts, you got to fumigate. You know, those guys just don't come out. It's one of those. And I had also just realigned the mattress, so it was one of those, okay, let's take everything off the bed and systematically determine where the mouse is not. God damn it. Alright, I put way too much hot glue in there. Note to self, in future, take a thing of cardboard, put it around the rim of the cap, and then hot glue inside of that, and then pull the cardboard out when it all said and done, or something like that. So this thing will still screw on true. Or, in fact, how tightly does it screw down? It screws down that tightly if you're not a chucklehead. I'm close to where it should be. This should be fine. This is gonna be alright. Everything's fine. We're good. This is all gonna go belly up. Oh dear. Alright, let me give this a quick washout. Little rinse, little soap. Little downy. Throw the light on. Call it sealed. Tiny little bit of soap. I've got some. Ugh, I got some droppers in the other room. I'm gonna go grab one of those. Feline tripping hazard. Alright. Hey. Oh. Well, Sam knows better than to jump on the craft table. The cats were very well trained when they first arrived as to which surfaces were okay and which surfaces were not okay to jump on. We had long discussions with squirt bottles about which things were good to jump on and which ones were not. I don't even think I'm going to need that. I'm not even sure, Sergeant. My closest guess is that the Restream chat service was being problematic. It's the only thing I can think of. That is not sinking in. I have no way of knowing if that is enough or not. So we're going to slightly overdo this. Yeah, well, what we're going to do is, again, I got the XSplit streaming software. And that should also allow me to do... Damn it. That should also allow me to drop this while it is absolutely full and spilled batteries all over the place down underneath there. And generate a massive headache. Alright. Let's see how much of a bloody nightmare this is to pick up. And the batteries went everywhere. And there's the bulb assembly. Well, I can see one battery. That's annoying. Oops. Fortunately, it doesn't really matter. Some of this should spill out. Well, it was infuriating last night. Absolutely infuriating. The things kept going down, crashing, coming back. Back and forth, back and forth. It was a massive headache. Okay. Well, is there like an internal plastic sheath? Oh my God, come on. Jesus. I need a magnet on a stick. I'll be right back. I wouldn't have expected there to be an internal plastic sheathing there that would also get knocked out with everything else. Alright, battery. Battery. I don't know if there's two or if there's three. I sincerely hope there's only two. There's the third one. They're all stuck on there. That's very handy. I'm only slightly infuriated. Oh, Jesus, doesn't hold at all. Box. The fabric softener just stays suspended in the water and keeps it cloudy. None of my ones that have separated have re-clouded themselves or re-separated after a mix. Are you freaking kidding me? This thing is stupid. Alright. I don't even know which way this was supposed to go. If this is the positive sign or the negative terminal. I'm having my doubts about these lights. They are not the best construction I thought they would be. Alright, so this is positive terminal up, negative terminal down. And that light should be practically touching the inside. Which this one is, I can't even tell. Probably. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it should work. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. Eden, Rachel. Yeah, I don't know if I want to try to get to Home Depot and get that. Alright, should. Okay, good. That's set. The problem then is still the fact that I have too much hot glue on the sides and it will not seal. So, this isn't the good kind of nut seal, this is the annoying kind of nut seal. Whew. Let's go all the way around the outside with X-Acto and try our best not to slice ourselves. And this is all part of prototyping, though. Let's make some screw-ups. Lesson 1. Gotta really use... I don't think hot glue is the best sealer, or you gotta use the hot glue from the outside and not the inside. Yep. Numerous trial and errors. Come on. Sam, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, what? What? What's your problem, Fuzzface? Oh. Actually, if I go off gaming early tomorrow, there's a Home Depot in Oneonta, New York. I could swing in and grab some stuff at. Whew. I might grab a couple packs of skulls. I should have a pack of 3 left over from last year, but I have no idea where the smegget is. Okay. Alright, well, there's going to be some bacteria in there, but there should not be enough to screw up project. The downside is I have stabbed through this thing at least once on the side, possibly twice. This whole cap is going to need some hot gluing, but it's good enough for a lighting check, and it should seal. Yep. Okay. Alexa, turn off craft light. So there we go. And that looks pretty effective to me. The light does not penetrate well to the bottom. It really gets messed up by that that fabric softener. I think I'm going to try a reduced mix in there. That is, yeah, that's really, that's really, I mean, by the time it gets to the bottom here, I'm looking at like, you know, like blue, next to nothing. It is really, really killing the light, and it's still leaking. Well, it's leaking because I punctured the top. All right, let's screw with this mix a little bit. Let's add less fabric softener. Let's add like 5 drops. So let's get a fabric softener reservoir. Let's go empty this out. Yeah, this is a tiny little balloon LED. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Which I have slightly modified. It's supposed to be watertight in its present form, but I don't trust it at all, so. Oh. Let's refill this with fresh water. And begin again. Let's also grab a clear glass container so we can add more water from that as we need. Mix right. Okie dokie. I've heard that the batteries for these things aren't great, but it's still a single LED. I don't like how they switch. They switch by screwing on and off, which is problematic. If it's too loose, it's going to be off, but your cap could be about ready to pop off at a moment's notice, and you'd never have any idea. So, problematic device. Samhain! Quiet! Jeebus. Hi, Madge. Go tell your son to be quiet, will you? He's fine. Oh, balloon lights, usually. Here's about what they look like. They look like little bullets. And you turn them on and off by screwing or unscrewing the back. The looser they are, they're off. They're tight, they're on. So those are they. All right. Let's try less. All right, that was 6 tiny drops. We're going to try. Less is more. Less is more. Less is more. Well, let me run the experiments on first. They might actually be kind of garbagey. I couldn't find anything smaller that would quite do it for this project. This is as tiny as I could get. And the main difficulty, damn it, this thing is just spilling everywhere. is the lack of a switch. Oh god, this is dribbling everywhere. Oh, it's wetting all the cotton. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Fudge. All this cotton's wet again. This has gone back to almost a completely wet state in the upper spots. This project's going to have to dry after this. It's starting to pull away from the thing. That is better, though. The light's penetrating through the entire project. Oh, God, stop dripping! Stop it! Alright. Well. Yeah, so that's better. Now I am rethinking this project. I'm thinking do the whole technical end first, light, bulb, water, fill, and then do your cotton. Once the inside is completely set, done, everything, only then do your cotton, because otherwise this is going to drip onto the mache and it's going to be a flippin' nightmare. Like this. I got to stop with this piece now. I can't do a darn thing with it except hot glue it a little bit. Can't do squat with it now. It's too wet. It'll dry quick, but it's too wet to accomplish anything with now. Alexa, turn on craft light. Woo. All right. Yeah. Sometimes the project gods say no. And you just gotta stop. So, that was a blue one. I'm gonna try a green one with the one that I have here that's not, you know, all fudgicled. But I want to set up this thing ahead of time. I want to set this thing up right. Which means a couple of things. I want to turn on the hot glue gun because I want to take that other project. I'm going to seal all those gaps, provided that they are dry enough. Go all the way around that edge. Oh, jeez. That got wet again, too. Yeah, this might need almost a repasting on the paper mache. It's weakened it. Pretty much. Okay, that was that one. Let's do a green one. Green. One of these two is active. I don't think it's that one. Must have done something to piss off the crafting gods recently. Okay, this one is active. By active, I just mean I pulled out the little piece between the battery and the metal contact. Okay. In a way, that's all right, because that means I gotta. I'm just not gonna do anything with the inner lining. Screw it. I'm gonna take this piece inside out. I'm still gonna use it. There's a little styrofoam gasket in there. Alright. So, glue gun's heating up. I'm going to find eyeball the middle. Punch a hole. Grab a pencil. Widen the hole. Grab a paintbrush. Widen the hole some more. Grab a bigger paintbrush. Widen the hole even more. That's going to cave it in. It's too wide. Actually, let's use this last paintbrush and just keep pushing it through. Did I miss a comment? Was that about the eyes on this skull? So these eyes are polyfill. Oh, cool. Nice. Rest the unit itself. Alright, so that's pushed in. Big enough hole. Yep. This is entirely a diffuser for the red lights inside the skull. That's its whole purpose. Otherwise, they're these two tiny little points, and they look absolutely god-awful. On the camera, you guys see the points a little bit more, but in real life, it's just kind of a red fog in the eyes. Let's see if we got enough heat. No. Okay, let's get this internal gasket ready to use again. Just need to cut it so it's more of an O-ring. Than a flat circle. Unfortunately, that cut is not easy. Oh, that should be a lot better. Provided I can get it to stick. There's a spot in there where the metal's bent over. Let's get this back in place. Yay, you're a gasket. You're a gasket. Oh, there's another spot. Right. Metal can go back over and around it. Let's make sure it still seals solid. Nice. That's so much better than the other one. That's a nice locking fit. I bet you this has been dribbling down the entire time. Oh my god. Ah! I'm replacing this cap. This thing is a piece of junk. This has just been dribbling out the entire time. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Too much damage. Tube's still in good shape. That cap is toast. Steal a cap from another one. Let that dry overnight again. Let's see if we can salvage it a bit. All right, heat gun. Yep. Melt this guy back out of there. Actually, be probably easier to cut it off with my bare fingers here. It's just asking for an accident. I'm not married to this light. You can sit over here until I have the time and gumption to get you out again. No. Do you want to risk serious injury getting that thing out? No. No, I don't. Now, these lights are supposed to be waterproof. However, I don't trust that, so I am giving this thing a just-in-case layer of hot glue at the seam between its plastic and metal housings. It's just a little just-in-case insurance there. And once that cools, we'll put that into the cap and hot glue around it. Lock it in place. I'm not even going to hot glue on the inside. That was my mistake last time. If I do anything around the inside, it's going to be a very, very, very tiny amount. Just to stop it from backsliding, if anything. Alright, let's remove this little plastic O-ring. Push this back through. One difficulty I have had with this is I want to make sure that the light is pointing down. Definitively down. How's it going, Trav? So I got no problem kind of turning it on, pointing it down, making sure it's facing down. And then hot gluing it in place. Give it the real smush treatment here. There we go. It's kind of pulling away from the tube. That's not a problem. I'm on a Wytchwood down from the top once this is all locked, set, and done. What'd you find? Technical side of streaming has been better tonight. We haven't been losing the stream. At least nobody has gone kaputski yet. I have purchased a copy or a lifetime license to XSplit though, so that I can start streaming to Facebook as well as to Twitch and YouTube all at once. It's going to be about as watertight as one can hope. With luck, with luck. Oh, good, 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 good. And there should be a link also in the live stream description for the Unhallowed Facebook page. As you get, some folks were mentioning that they wanted to share their projects with other viewers. I said, hey, just go there and post it. Go for it. That way everybody can see what we're working on. So that should be in place now. There is a thing called multi-streaming. I've seen it done on Twitch, but I don't know how it would work with, any other services. And that's one where you've got everybody's kind of, usually they're on a Discord channel though, so they're all linked in the same chat program as well. Yep. So yeah, it's all there. Okay. This just needs to cool. That's going to dry again overnight. That cap I am not going to rehash. I'm going to tear it apart and do something else with. unscrew that a little bit more. I'm not crazy about this light. This light likes to go off at a moment's notice. So that's that. That's got to re-dry before we do anything else with it. This one will be ready to go first. So we'll do. Could we do it? We could probably do it a little later. Get this thing filled up, capped, and set. Just want to make sure this thing is. All right, yeah, it's pretty set. All right. All right. I think I want to cautiously put some hot glue on the inside, nowhere near the edges, because this needs a super solid seal. It's got to be like on there and then allowed to dribble down. I have not done anything with the skulls yet, no. Because the skulls are effectively, if you've done the witch bottle, you know how to do the skulls. It's just get a skull, start adding Wytchwood to it. Just like you would the bottle. Simple. It's just a tiny extension of the same method. Really, really simple. Do not want any of this stuff interfering with the seal. I might do one. Just as a, hey, here's something else you can do with Wytchwood. But again, tomorrow I'll swing by Oniana and grab some of their plastic skulls from Home Depot. Yeah, I'm a fan of how those turned out myself. Just making sure none of this hot glue gets near the side. I want a super solid, silky seal. Super solid, super awesome seal. I'm not too worried about the hot glue degrading over time, mostly for the fact that when I've seen hot glue degrade, it usually degrades when it's exposed to the sunlight and UV. Or in areas where it's not very well temperature controlled, or there's something else affecting it. Then it tends to yellow, crack, and break down. But with these, it's not going to be exposed to any kind of massive temperature changes. And oh no, it breaks. Whoop-de-snot. I put the lights back in, I fill it with E6000 or some other more reliable adhesive. I'm kind of surprised none of the bottles have separated again. I gave them one shake up after they separated, maybe two, and now they've gone to straight perpetual cloudy again. I was worried there for a while. All right, let's try one that's actually got, this is the that's the one I'm letting dry. Let's try one that's got a good seal. I have a feeling this will be a lot better. I should have enough in there to just do this. Where's my Downy? All right. It's like 7 drops of stuff last time. I should give this a rinse out first because there is mache paste in there. Is there? How much are we willing to chance it? Not that much. No, thank you. I don't want this thing exploding because there's bacteria inside that's starting to ferment in the water. Little water. Drop of soap. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 drops. Ten drops might be a little too much, but oh well. Take it almost to the top this time, because this thing's going to take up some space. Yep, we do have a little bit seeping out, but that was to be expected. Where is the paper towel I had not 2 seconds ago? Ah, there we go. Well, they will get stuff back in, Sergeant. Just gotta give them a little time. All right. Alexa, turn off craft light. And there we go. I think 12 drops. might be the ideal amount. At night, people are going to see more or less that. In fact, maybe 10's too much. This is a 40 milliliter. Got it. All right. Unfortunately, the drops have hit this and destabilized a few areas, but yeah, not bad. Okay, so that's that. Something to put it in that isn't gobbed. And because this one's got a seal, I can actually lay it on its side. It'll be fine. Thank all the gods. Twitchy, there we go, twitchy trigger. Alright, now we should be able to Wytchwood up the top because this isn't going anywhere. I hope. There's moisture around the top. There shouldn't be any moisture around the top. Yep, maybe I should have used some silicone instead of hot glue. Coming up right between the battery or the light and the hot glue. All right, well, let's not rush anything. Let's let it marinate. See how it is in the morning. Because I'd rather only lose one light. Because if typically what happens in these cases, you get water into a LED light housing. It gets onto the stuff and starts corroding. The stuff starts to rust and get all gunked, and it turns into a rust bucket in relatively rapid order. So, well, we'll find out rapidly if that's the case. If it is, then we use a silicone sealer, which I have as well. And we count ourselves blessedly lucky that we're only down 2 tubes in an hour or so. In fact, 1 tube, because this one's still working. Alright. Alexa, turn on craft light. Need somewhere where I can keep this propped up. Let's stick it in the paintbrush bin. That drying. Nice blob of hot glue. Let's unplug the hot glue and just do some Wytchwood. Show us some tunes. And do the lantern also, perhaps. And let's clean out this dropper, because no doubt I will need it again. Alright. If you'll excuse me briefly, I'm going to use the restroom. And when I get back, I'm going to use up all this extraneous cotton that I've got lying in that container there. Back in a moment. So hey, hello. You want me out? Whoa. Let's hope. Oh. Let's have a gulp of cider and we can get back to it. Okay, I lied. There was like 6 gulps of cider. But it's so good. How's it going, Ross? Okay. It's close enough. Garbage bucket. Ooh. The garbage bucket is nearby. Let's put this back. Put this back. Garbage, 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 garbage. Clean your craft space. Clean your craft space. Nice. The other garbage. Apparently this wants to get worked on. Very well. So far, so good, Razdoc. Though I did purchase a copy of XSplit, so I will probably be transitioning to that, because that will also let me broadcast to Facebook Live as well. So that'll be one more site I can get onto, which should be fun. Yep. Users from all over the place, able to tune in if they want. Alright. That's cleaning up. Gotta thicken this side. Thicken that side. That looks all right. Maybe take something down back there too. And then, whenever I stop the stream tonight, I have to spend a whole bunch of time unrolling cotton balls. Because this is all the unrolled cotton I have tonight. There's all the mache paste I have left tonight, too. But I definitely think that for doing Wytchwood, it behooves to have a slightly heavier glue portion to your mix to make it a little bit more tacky and to give it a little bit extra desire to stick to different media. So my next batch, I think, will have those attributes linked to it. I might also try the wood glue instead of the white glue that I've got. Let's get some tunes going. Alexa, play hard rock. It's not actually hard rock, it's just what Amazon considers hard rock, which is more like pop rock. Apparently Imagine Dragons Radioactive is hard rock. Not gonna judge, I still like the song. Yeah. See, the worst is when I asked for classic rock and it was more like folk rock. Yeah. Yeah. Thrash metal playing. First song, Metallica. So I'm just gonna try to take this original Wytchwood skull concept and fix it. The secondary Wytchwood skull was a lot closer to what I consider to be good. This one had too thick sections, but without enough texture. This one we're going to try to fix the texture problem. See if we can make this a little bit more viewing accessible. Still tipping that way very heavily. Hmm. I'm curious if you guys have just stopped talking or if the application for chat has had another screw up. So the last comment I have is Trav Hurst saying, Alexa, thrash metal, please. Alexa, stop. Alright, there's Crafty. Good. I know the chat program is still working. Because that happened last night. Yeah, I just want to make sure that this thing isn't in a perpetual screw-up loop. I still have no idea what caused the problems last night. I suspect it was something with Restream, but I don't know for sure. But again, that's why I dumped a few $100 today on XSplit. So no matter what it was, it won't be happening again. If it happens again with OBS and Restream, I will be instantly shift. I'm going to shift to XSplit anyway, just to try it. But we'll see. Because that was infuriating. It's like, I just want to craft. I want to troubleshoot. This one's going to take a lot more staining than that other one. Hmm. Yep. Still think a lot more can be accomplished on these as with straight Wytchwood. I think my only mistake was trying to do filaments off the side of this thing. If I'd gone a little more straight, I don't think I'd be having any of the troubles that I currently perceive in this thing. However, in terms of bulky vines, I think that method's not too bad. You can use the coil to make some nice starting bulky vines. Yep. On the other side, this is going to be a very, very, very armored skull. Hold on, I haven't heard this song in a while. I would totally Wytchwood a mask. 100%. I may yet Wytchwood a mask. I may yet. Nice. Now for an outro, the one thought I was having the last couple days when I put a little bit of think time towards it, have it so I was thinking of a concept of just a scene of like a bunch of flowers on a starry, like a sunny day. Suddenly, like night dissolves over the day scene. A skeletal death hand comes down. All the flowers except one in the middle just die, because that's what happens to flowers when death approaches. But death touches the central flower. Its stem goes black, and then its petals change to like a beautiful midnight purple, and it gets a beautiful glow. Kind of like all the others died, but this one was made more beautiful by the touch of death. That was the quick thought I had. I think Wytchwood is a marvelous effect. It looks good on just about anything. Yep. So you have the bright, happy, chirpy scene, then psst, except for the one that's left. That is now more beautiful and glowing and beautiful. But all the other ones couldn't handle it, and they died. So we'll let this one start to dry. I've got some cotton left, so that means some lantern work time. Let's see if we can move this over there without... That should be okay. Ooh, it's got some heft to it. Okay, which tree still needs work? Yeah, that's the concept. That's right, the widest tree that I wanted to keep working on, especially the root system. There's There's a starting concept at the very least. I am so glad I put those extra paperclay pieces on the bottom of those skulls at the bottom of this thing. I feel the kind of scrape when this thing hits the table, and it's like, yep, I know it's okay. Man, this channel should be classic rock. All these songs I haven't heard in a long time. Absolutely. Yep, shouldn't take much more than season or two for Home Depot to come out with their own version. Yep, another happy little filament here. Now, don't forget, this skull is a soul in agony, so he's going to need a piece going right into his eye. Just right in there. Just causing unending torment. I haven't heard the sickness in so long. Not since the last time I watched the, what was it? one of the Living Dead Romero remakes. Down with the sickness. Hey, throw it to me. Such a long time. Okay. So we still got some sections here that are covered. I don't think I necessarily need to cover every last little thing here, because with the stain it'll look fine. But if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. Yep, Dawn of the Living Dead. The Mall remake. Long time since I've seen that one as well. You know, come to think of it, I probably shouldn't use wood glue in this, because that should make it relatively water resistant, and I want the stain to flow in there. So the biggest problem with Wytchwood is that eventually you start running out of places to safely grab things. But again, I shouldn't say it's a problem with Wytchwood, because that can be a mache problem too. First world Halloween problems. Do I really need to do more? A little bit on the skulls. Hmm. Alright. If I touch that, it's going to be problems. Well, these two are the ones I'm going to watch out for. Ah, nice. I haven't extended this root structure yet. Woo! Perfect. So who's doing something fun this weekend? I'm really wishing that the temperatures would get to a stage where it's campfire comfy. But I did get some cider this evening, and that was just lovely. Far yeah, you got your refrigerator box hearse. That's gonna be a big project. Big project. It's gonna look awesome though. So, do you have bone horses from somewhere, or tell me you're not going to try to make those from scratch? Nice. Yep. Freely given cardboard is best. Is that a Madge? It felt like a Madge. Okay. So you're going to have one horse drawing the hearse. Cool. I was going to say, doing your own. Oh my god. That'd be one of those projects I would start in November and pray to God I have it done by next October. True. I gotta remember to try to save a few bucks for November 1st shopping. There are those folks who go dumpster diving behind Spirit after they all close. I just don't have the the brass tacks for that, I suppose. Yeah, some folks get like functioning fog machines because they throw a lot of their stuff out rather than, take it back in, restock it, blah 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 blah. Nice. Very nice. I hit them this Tuesday. Got a nice Headless Horseman snow globe. Kind of at that point, though, where it's like, ah, Spirit, it's fun to see what you have, but I really don't need that much. Or the things that they do have, I just don't want to spend that much for. I like that scarecrow that they have that leans low until you reach for its candy bowl, then he stands up or sits up and screams. I like him quite a bit, but he's like $150. It's like, come on, guys, really? $150 for that? Come on. Yeah. Ooh, this song. I haven't heard this song in a long time either. I Stand Alone. I do. I mean, it's I definitely wouldn't consider it hard rock at all, but it's good tunes. Good tunes from the elder days of music I enjoyed. Starting to hit those wonderful ages where it's listening to the stuff that the kids are listening to going, you're listening to what? That stuff sounds like garbage coming through a trash compactor. I would be jamming to Halloween tunes, but I've been listening to Dance with the Dead so much lately. That's alright on that side. That needs a little more there. I'm going to do the top, though, for a while. Let the bottom dry. die. Honestly, there is a YouTube video on what's happening to modern music that is fairly good. Describes how a lot of the music that is written today is written by 2 to 3 people who are pretty much the people who write the music for the famous singers. The famous singers are recruited and promoted by the major record labels to be attractive and presentable and marketable. Talks about how you get the that moment where the song kind of, you get the moment where you drop the bass and the song starts kicking, and how in modern music that moment is closer and closer and closer to the beginning of the song, and in music from the past that moment is further into the song. Oh yeah, today's music definitely ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. And so does him. Meow. Yep. Well, the pendulum will swing back the other way eventually. It's all about how long it takes. The downside is it won't be any time quick enough for, those of us who appreciate what we perceive as better music. Yeah. It's the tragedy of corporate music and investment fear. We don't want to put money into promoting a new artist who will fail. So we're going to just keep boosting stuff that's more of the same. Well, hey you. Oh, see him. It's a laser. A laser got in the kitchen. Oh, no. Well, if you're not going to be excited about the laser might just go away. All right. So be it then. Hey, Fuzzy Bear. What's up? Hi. Oh, boy. How we doing? Still got a fair amount of stuff left. What? You don't want to be pet. You don't want to chase the laser. What do you want? Your tail's twitching. You're staring at my hand. What? What? Wow. Very well, Sam. Sam, this is a small ball of cotton, which I am going to fling across the kitchen, and you are going to chase. Or you're going to walk away before you even see it. I'm not going to throw it if you can't see it. Football! Alright, we will paw it a few times. We will bat it. And hopefully we run off with it. How's it going, Stacy? You have the cotton ball, Fuzzbear. Oh, it's because Madge was under the table. Oh. Hi, Madge. Good cat. Ah! Now I have cat hair all over my hands and it's sticking to the cotton. Ah! No! The fuzzball curse! Oh, dear. You work on your projects, same as always. My crafting again will be more time constricted. I'm guessing most nights I'll be home around 7. I'll be home around 4 to 6. I'll want to unwind, munch some dinner. Seven, 8 o'clock. I'll pop on between 8:30 to 9. I'll craft till maybe 10. And then and then I'll have to turn into a pumpkin. Figuratively. Yep, 10:30. If I'm having a great time, I could stay up probably as late as 11, but I have to be in bed before midnight on a school day. If I don't get 6, 7 unbroken hours of sleep, the kids will eat me. And that is not something I'm going to allow to happen. Because it also means I'm doing a bad job. And that's also something I'm not going to allow to happen. Yeah, streaming's not too hard. Just if you're doing it on YouTube, make sure you set the stream to public, not private. Otherwise, you'll be sitting around for several nights going, "Nobody loves me. Why does nobody love me?" Yeah, we'll get it all taken care of. And then there'll be a odd Saturday. I mean, I have no life, so I'll be crafting quite a bit, I imagine. Because again, streaming is what kind of keeps me crafting. I have plenty of projects to do. We gotta finish up this lantern. Oh, that's one thing. I may not be on tomorrow because I really want to finish up, get the Wytchwood video edited. And I gotta film the intro for that and get it done. That's the only thing I am missing right now is the intro section for that, and then I can film it. Crafty, there's tons of videos on how to set up your streaming. And OBS is a free program. And provided you don't have like camera troubles like I had. It should be great. Alright, almost down to the last of the cotton here. That's it. Ah, my stream just had a hiccup. I don't know if your streams just had hiccups, but mine did. It was short and brief, but I saw it. Child tech support. My parents do that a lot for me, or with me. It's always, hey, this isn't working. That isn't working. This is doing this weird thing that I don't want it to do. Make it work like it worked before, or the way I want it to work. All the time. Hey, Fuzzvale. Sam, I have about a handful of cotton in here, buddy. And once this handful is done, then we can go and play with the ribbon a little bit. Okay, Fuzzface? Well, what always gets me with the parent types is that I always say, all right, here's the thing. Here's how it works. You need to practice how to do this. Oh, okay, yep, we'll practice how to do it. It doesn't work again. Come save us. This is Google. You can type your question in here. How do I do this? Google will tell you how to do it or point you to a video on how to do it. Oh, can you do this for me? Ah! You told me all through my teenage years how important education was. Now you won't educate yourself. Ah! If it's hard and complicated, then I can understand. But if it's not that hard and not that complicated, get yourself going. At least you guys aren't the ones who've been driving me nuts on Facebook for the last couple of days. Been some folks on the Halloween channels who have just been pissing me off. Somebody today was like, how do you use beef netting? What's the best type of beef netting to buy? Google, how do you use beef netting for Halloween webs? Click, video link, click. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and people have got a lot of questions, so I made this video on how to use it. Blah, 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 blah. It's right here. Why did you put this in the forums? Ah! Why did you ask this stupid question when you could have looked? Then if you could have looked and come back on like, hi, I did some research, I saw this, but it didn't answer this particular question. Has anybody done this particular little specific thing? Don't give me these stupid general questions when the information is right out there. Do your goddamn research first, and then come to the forums. Ah! That's just a pet peeve of mine. Beef netting makes a very theatrical looking spider web. more cocoon-like in its look. In fact, if you just go YouTube and take a look at beef netting spiderweb, you'll see it. It's some pretty cool looking stuff. Very, very cool looking stuff. However, if you have questions about it, research it first, and then, then go for questions. You live in the information age, people. If you're posting questions on Facebook, that means you have the internet and you have the means to answer your own question. Ah! Maybe this makes me a jerk, but I don't care. Unfortunately, folks like that start really coming out of the woodwork around Halloween with all of the unresearched, right in front of you questions. I don't observe anybody's right to ask a more skilled group of folks who may have more experience, but for God's sakes, look it up first. Then go ask the opinion of the experts. Yeah. Well, that's at least an understandable thing. You're not a dog groomer. Okay. And if somebody was doing like an advanced project, just go, ask away. Please do, Hi. I'm looking to do an advanced Arduino remote control wireless thing with my haunt. Where should I start? Okay. Maybe that's a little bit beyond your average Google video. But how do I make a spooky scarecrow? Go on YouTube, for God's sakes. I bought a doll. How do I make the doll spooky? Why are you asking me? Go adult. Ah. Now, Stacy, let's see if you can spot the hole in that question. I'll give you a few moments. What is going to be my counter question? What element in there is ill-defined? Okay. No, that's not the ill-defined element in there. Bigger pumpkin. Do you think 7 layers will be enough? What adjective in there is my sticking point that is simply not enough information? There we go. Angela's got it. On a scale of 1 to bigger, how big are you talking about? .42-inch beach ball. Okay, so 12, 12, 24, 36. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to tell you that there is no number of layers that you can put on there to make that stay up with paper mache alone. I'm going to tell you that you're going to want to reinforce that thing with wire, PVC, bent rebar. You're going to want some sort of, you're going to want some sort of internal framework out of a more durable material. A much, much, much more durable material. Paper clay alone won't do it. Now, you're really going to need... If I was making a 42-inch pumpkin, I wish I had a tape measure right here. Apparently calling upon the gods of tools is not going to make a tape measure appear. Nope, here's one. See, this is called the tool prayer. If you say the tool prayer correctly, sometimes the gods of tools hear you. 42-inch pumpkin, so this far across. That's probably off camera. That big of a beach ball. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no number of layers is going to hold that up once you start piling paper clay onto it. I'm appending that as I'm thinking about it. Maybe 10. 42 inches. Alright. That's a huge beach ball. Alright, you're going to deal with a couple of problems. Problem number 1. I think that as you work with it, you're going to find that the weight of the mache is going to compact and compress it down. So it's going to flatten on whatever side you're working on. So there's problem number one. You're going to have a tough time maintaining a spherical shape. Problem two is little black cat. Spray foam inside may very well work. Yeah. You need some support on the inside. Definitively. Alright. So you got your huge ball. Start layering it on. 7 layers. I do maybe... If you do foam on the inside... Look, I've also never done one that big, so frankly my method would be take the beach ball, put at least 7 layers, 8 to 10 around it, get yourself your sphere, then deflate the beach ball, pull it out, put your foam on the inside, let that harden, take a PVC, just a single pipe in there, and just use that as an internal strut. There you go. I'd have that as an internal strut just on there while it's doing its thing. So spray foam on the inside, have it hold, no problem. And then, again, piece of PVC inside, maybe just something to hold it up. I mean, I've got a section of 4-inch PVC. I'd love to have that in there just to make sure it wouldn't tip and move around. And that way I know that there's always something on the top holding it together. So if anything ever got saturated and started losing its structural capacity, there would always be something there just holding the top and stopping it from collapsing, apart from the foam as well. Yeah, then I would probably take the clay up on the outside and I'd find which side's going to be the face. Then I would take up the ridges first. I'd use the regular ridge method that I do with rolled up paper, tape it to the side, and then take mache strips and go over that. I put in all my ridges, and I would start claying up the ridges first, and then I would clay in between them, cut out the face, and keep on going for the last. And that should hold up all right. However, another thing you're going to want to do before you even begin is take your 42-inch beach ball, inflate it all the way, and make sure you can take this project from where you plan to make it and walk out a door to where it's supposed to go. Because you might find that the doorways give you a little trouble with that amount of width. Unless you're building it in the garage and, or you have some crafting space where you have a room with a double door. It would be heartily embarrassing to make a wonderful, beautiful, giant pumpkin project in a room. They're like, all right, well, let's get it outside for Halloween. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh yeah, you're going to foam the entire inside. The whole thing. I'd say you don't dare not foam the entire thing. Nope, whole inside will be foamed. But when you clay, you don't want to have to cut through the clay to make your face as well. Yep. Both skulls and massive amounts of stream trouble were last night. We're hoping the stream trouble is a thing of the past, and we'll be switching up to XSplit once I do some experimentation with it to figure it out all the way. And then I'll start streaming both. I'll also start streaming to Facebook at the same time, because apparently XSplit can stream to everything, everywhere. How's it going, Sapphire? Ooh, Shelty 23. Nice. Always good when it's your Friday, Sapphire. Always, always. No problem, Shelty. My command of German is not the best. It's been a while since I have kept up with my Duolingo lessons. We are making a Halloween lantern at the request of my YouTube chat members. Hanging with the haunt crew. Kind of wish there was something on all this stuff that would translate your speech to another language. I suppose that'll come someday. But yeah. Yep, we are experimenting with a technique I call Wytchwood, which is what we did on the skeleton head. Yep. So all of this stem stuff is what we put onto it. Yep. And this one has had more onto it, but it is drying right now. And we built lots of stuff on it. We also have the witch orbs, which light up. So yeah, crafty. And for my YouTube audience who has wondered who I'm talking to, it's somebody who's on Twitch. That's where I can put this. It's worked out pretty well. Oh, pardon. You go to a construction site at around 1 a.m., Stacy. You can get foam at Lowe's or Home Depot. Most hardware stores will carry it. You just want the closed cell foam. If you want open celled foam, if you have a place around you called Tractor Supply, you can sometimes get these large blocks of white foam for free. It is a lower quality though. Sam doesn't even like it. Good stuff, Shelby. Doesn't really matter which one you watch on. I will be casting to everything eventually. How's it going, Shelby? Cat, where are you at? Furball. What are you doing? Hey. What's up? Hey. Good boy. Ah. Oh, you're talking spray foam. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah. Look for, God, yeah, go on Walmart. Go online, get your cheapest possible price. Cheap it out, cheap it out. Sam, what's your problem? I see you licking your chops. You hungry? You can't be hungry. You guys got canned tuna fish tonight. Canned tuna fish. The super stuff. You guys got the ultra food tonight. The human food. The people food. You cannot still be munchy. Hey, there you go. Good boy. Getting into petting range. Good cat. Good boy. Meow. This thing does actually not need too much more Wytchwood. This one's roots need it more. Oh boy, fuzzball. This is plastic. This was formerly a 2-liter bottle. Which we repurposed. Almost out of cotton, gang. This was a straight up Pepsi bottle. There we go. So glad I put that on there. Nice. Well, the top, if I plan on using it for actual holding, is going to need like 2 more pieces of plastic epoxied to it to make a sturdy enough grip. Then it just needs panels on the inside, painting on the inside, the light, let's see how this thing's doing. Let's see if we're still leaking water. Or are we watertight? If we're not watertight, then we are really close. Yeah, hopefully that was just some residual water. Nice. This one dried. Just about. Ooh, we still got some wet spots. Good. Okay. Well, that was all the raw cotton, so I need to go unwind a whole lot of cotton balls. And I will not be doing that on camera, as that's kind of boring. Need to make up some more machine paste too. Alright. I may not be streaming tomorrow, FYI. Rope for which one? The tube? Oh yeah, I need, it's more the type for this is better to have the unrolled cotton balls. I definitely have the cotton rope, but I really want to take these balls and unroll them. Whoop. Because I want to have my supply of raw cotton ready for all manner of craftly projects. I also make sure this is in good shape, yeah. So we got that tube is going to dry. Probably going to empty this out at some point. I keep making new batches of paste right in this little container, which has been fine, but I don't want the edges to get gummed up. Neither does the cat. So at any rate, yes, I may not be on tomorrow because I will be hopefully filming the intro segment to the Wytchwood and getting that editing going. So I really, really, really want that tutorial up before I start school again. Let's set this all out to dry tonight. Yep. But next time we'll be staining that. Possibly staining that. I don't think that has too much more to go. Meow. Meowing the cat. Working on the tubes. And yeah, good stuff. Yep. It is nighty night time. Thank you all as usual for hanging out with me. Keeping me crafting. Keeping me going. Making it so I'm not just sitting here alone at night listening to music going, why do I bother? Nobody cares. Good stuff. Alexa, stop! And I shall see you all, hopefully, Saturday, perhaps. Definitely in the next day or so. I want that skill stay. I want to see how this all comes out. It's going to be so cool. So freaking cool. But now is the time to get that stuck on that. And unroll balls. Night, everybody. Over and out. Indeed. Come on, Sam, let's go play. Alexa, turn off craft light. Alexa, turn off craft light. Stupid computer. Come on, Fuzzball.